Okay, we're gonna call the public safety meeting to order. Because there's multiple meetings going on, we're gonna do the speed version. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Boyd,
Present.
Alderman Ornowitz,
He's excused.
Alderwoman Hubbard,
Present.
Alderwoman Howard,
Present.
Alderman Muhammad,
Excused or running late.
Alderwoman Boyd,
Press. Because of, no, Shamina's in the
And
Kennedy room.
yeah, and she, yes, and she's in another meeting, so she's excused.
okay. Alderwoman
We already heard.
Hubbard, she's
here.
Okay.
She's just in another meeting. So, yeah, I'm sorry, so she's excused.
Oh.
Mhm. Chairman Vaccaro,
I'm here, present.
you have 5 present, you have a quorum.
Okay, so, there's really nothing as far as we did roll call, approval of minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay, go ahead.
Aye.
Okay, so, and again, just because I know other people are gonna get back across the hall, Alderman Howard, Board Bill 51, and if we have some speakers that want to speak on it, I would ask you, so you could, but please keep it sharp.
Okay. Committee members, what you have before you is a Board Bill 51, authorizing and directing the Fire Commissioner on behalf of the Mayor and the City of St. Louis to enter into and execute a grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency, Assistance to Firefighters Grant to fund the Cancer Prevention Initiative upon approval of the Board of Estimate Apportionment, and to expend funds by entering into contracts or otherwise for grant purposes and containing an emergency clause. What this will do will allow the fire department to spend monies that they expect to get in the grant agreement of $594,182 to fund cancer prevention efforts. It will buy extra turnout gear. As you know, firefighters are going into more tenuous circumstances every day. Chemicals, building materials have carcinogens in them and are threatening the lives of firefighters and their well-being. So what this will do will provide grant money to fund having an extra pair of turnout gears and possibly buy machines to clean the turnout gear that they already have, instead of using it again and again and building up those chemicals in their items that they wear to fires. It will allow the cleaning of that and a safer and a more sanitary environment for the firefighters to work.
Okay. Vice Chairman Boyd, questions?
Okay, give me an example of the type of equipment that they might have that's going
I would
on.
like to defer to either Al or
This is
Captain.
Captain Dave Nabels, he's on the chief staff at the fire department.
Okay.
Okay.
So, equipment specifically, we're looking at second sets of gear, basically the turnout coat and the turnout pants that we are required to wear into fires. Currently, all firefighters, well, most firefighters have one set of gear. What they've found is that by not cleaning that gear on a regular basis, the carcinogens build up and you are exposed to those. And so now you have carcinogens on your gear. You go into a fire, and for every 5 degrees of temperature that your body raises, your absorption rate increases 400%. So you are absorbing at a much greater rate while you're doing firefighting. It takes us approximately 4 days to do about 10 sets of gear to clean. So that would be 10 firefighters that are not available to be called. And really, we should be cleaning it at a much higher rate than what we're able to do. We should be cleaning them 2 to 3 times. Currently, we struggle to get them cleaned once a year. This would provide the second set so that we can still keep people in service. It is a NFPA standard. The gear, the cleaning gear, it's called an extractor. And it actually cleans the turnout gear at a much higher temperature, pulling those and killing that carcinogen and pulling those out and just doing just that, extracting it from the gear and making it safe to wear. So those are the main two items, the second sets of gear, and then the extractors to be placed throughout the city, so that instead of having one member cleaning 600 sets of gear, each member would be able to clean their own gear almost at will, as long as they were able to keep that second set of gear and at the ready to go.
So these extractors, will they be placed in each firehouse, or are they strategically placed at different firehouses throughout the city?
I believe as we go back and forth with numbers, the ideal situation is to have one placed at every engine house. But really, we have to do a study of each engine house, because these are huge, they're big, and we have to make sure that we can get them into every engine house. But definitely, each district would have multiple, so that all firefighters would have easy access to the
So
extractor.
fire departments are split up in districts.
Yes, we have 6 districts, approximately 5 to 6 houses in each district.
Oh, okay, didn't know that. Okay, no further questions, thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Hubbard? to me?
No questions.
Howard, you got your bill. Alderman John Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In looking at the acceptance letter on behalf of FEMA, it says that with the acceptance of this award, there is a cost match, 10% of the federal contribution, roughly $59,000. Does that come from general revenue, or is that coming from the fire department's budget?
It is my understanding that we are working with the Fire Department Foundation to come up with the matching funds.
So has the foundation,
They have committed to providing the funds.
so nothing is coming out of general revenue?
That is my understanding, yes, sir.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Captain.
And this is just my thought, and I could always be wrong. But if we didn't allocate it in the budget, it would have to come out of firefighters or other things. Otherwise, we would have had to do that in Ways and Means, I believe, to specifically say that would be funding that. That's just my thought. Alderwoman Pam Boyd.
I see the need for it is great, because I feel that as a fire department, we're behind the times. And you all, just like the police, put your lives out there every day, and so I agree we need to have this. But I guess I'm just looking at, when you say that there are districts, and then there's so many firehouses in each district, so are those firehouses in North Quarter, so many districts, South Side, is that how it works, or?
The 6 districts are laid out across the entire city. And then within those districts, the houses many, many years ago were strategically placed.
Okay.
And we maintain approximately 3 to 4 minute response time because of where we are placed.
Okay.
Now, that's not saying every single call is gonna be a 4-minute response, because if all of those houses in that immediate area are at a fire, of course, it's gonna come from further away. But in a perfect world, when everyone is in their house, we should have a 3 to 4 minute response time from the time we get the call.
Okay.
So that is how they are laid out. Some of the to kind of talk about, I think maybe you're inquiring why some have 6 and some have 5. We do have some double houses
Okay.
that have a hook and ladder and a pumper. And then many of them also have a pumper or truck and an ambulance in them.
Right, okay, yeah, all right.
So
Thank
that's
you.
how they're.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry, no, my mind went on.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm like, okay, this
I didn't want
passed,
to cut
let's
you
move
off, I
on.
didn't know. Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
No questions, thank
no
you.
questions, and I have none. I entertain a motion that we pass this out if someone's going to want to.
I move we pass Board Bill 51 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
Second. And so, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderman Ornowitz. Alderwoman Hubbard. Key
Aye.
Mhm. Alderwoman Howard.
Aye.
Alderman Muhammad.
Aye.
Alderwoman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard.
Aye.
Chairman Vaccaro.
Aye.
You have 7 aye votes.
So it does pass, and that's really all we have to talk about, except I just want to say, hopefully by next week, I'd like to start getting into working with Jeffrey and John as to, because we can't really discuss this since it wasn't posted.
It's not on.
But I do want to get into how we're gonna approach spending that $1 million, see where John's at on the prisons, and kind of see how any working group's doing. And again, we can't wait, but I do want to have, you know, however they do that, I do have questions. So anyway, we're adjourned.
Are you proposing?